Hi, my name is Tanner Cole. I'm a second-year medical student at OSU Center for Health Sciences, and this is our paper on financial conflicts of interest in Achilles tendon rupture repair systematic reviews. Systematic reviews are considered level 1 evidence according to the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. The findings of these reviews is used to improve patient care and establish clinical practice guidelines. Thus, a high reporting standard is needed. One of those standards is reporting bias. Prepared reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis, PRISMA, guidelines, have been created to help authors clarify if they have assessed risk of bias appropriately and if it influenced the results of their study. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons has a code of ethics and professionalism requiring surgeons to disclose any conflict of interest. Also, however, even with all of this, bias is still present in research. Our objectives for this study were to investigate the nature and type of conflict of interest and its influence on the results and conclusions. We uploaded our protocol to Open Science Framework to assist in reproducibility and transparency. We referred to PRISMA guidelines and Murads and Wang's guideline for meta-epidemiological studies. To find our studies, we searched Medline and Embase. The reviews found were screened for eligibility criteria. One of those main criteria was publication date between September 1st, 2016 and June 2nd, 2020. We used OpenPAM's database, which did not contain these studies prior to September 2016. Thus, we had that limitation. Data was then extracted from those included studies, including but not limited to conflict of interest statement, risk of bias statement, assessment of risk of bias, self-citing primary articles if they self-cited, which authors were also authors in the primary articles, primary outcome, favorability of narrative conclusions and results. We used OpenPAM's database, the U.S. Patent Office, and dollars for profs to determine if there was any undisclosed conflict of interest. We applied the Cochrane Collaborations assessment to determine risk of bias, and we used Fisher's Exact to determine if there was any association found among the data. Our sample consisted of 12 systematic reviews and meta-analysis conducted by 72 authors published within 12 journals. The most common journal was Foot and Ankle Surgery, Official Journal of the European Society of Foot and Ankle Surgeons. All reviews were assessed to have a low risk of bias. 6 included reviews had at least one author with conflict of interest. Of the 72 authors, 10 were found to have some form of conflict of interest. Of these 10 authors, 1 was found to have an undisclosed conflict of interest and 1 disclosed conflict of interest, and 9 were found to have only undisclosed conflict of interest. In regards to the relationship between sponsorship and favorability results and conclusions, 2 systematic reviews were funded, the rest were not, and they were publicly, those 2 were publicly funded. 1 reported results favoring the treatment group, and 1 reported conclusions favoring the treatment groups. We found no statistically significant association between funding source and results, or funding and conclusion. Relationships between conflict of interest and favorability results and conclusions: 6 systematic reviews with 1 or more conflicted authors, 4 reported narrative results favoring the treatment group, and 4 reported conclusions favoring the treatment group. Of the 6 systematic reviews with no conflicted authors, 4 reported results favoring the treatment group, and 5 reported conclusions favoring the treatment groups. Again, our results showed no statistically significant association between the presence of conflict of interest with favorability results. Undisclosure rates are still high among Achilles tendon rupture repair reviews. This impartiality of the authors raises concern of the validity of the study findings. Further research is still needed. Underreporting of conflict of interest is a large issue across research as a whole. Improved reporting of conflict of interest will be a step in the right direction. Improved conflict of interest policy and guideline amendment by journals will also improve the quality of evidence. Being harsher in these 2 areas should theoretically decrease the large presence of conflict of interest that's plaguing us today. Journals must also hold the international authors to the same level of scrutiny that they do their counterparts. We had trouble finding conflict of interest information about the majority of international authors of the studies included in our review, and holding them to the same standard as their counterparts will assist in that. If you have any questions, here's my email. Feel free to email me. Thank you.